Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are going to be building a 2018 5.0 Mustang GT. Now, I'm kind of confused as to why I haven't really messed with this car yet, because it's a really cool new car to the series, and not only is it like a new car, but it's also like a revamped version of the Coyote 5-liter engine. So there's a lot we can do to it. So I think I'm going to go, let's see, we could twin turbo it, or we could do a positive displacement supercharger. And because of the fact that I want the linear response of an NA engine, I just want more power. We're not going to do max power twin turbo. We're actually going to do that positive displacement supercharger because we are effectively building a drift car. We're going to throw the drift suspension and everything on it, but I do want to see what this thing actually feels like with the supercharger instead of a turbo setup, because the turbo setup you could kind of do on really anything. You know what I mean? Like you could use that setup like on anything. You could just go and bolt it right up. And I mean, it's cool, but I feel like it's a lot less interesting than if you were to do a supercharged setup as opposed to like doing a turbo setup every single time. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go with something just a little bit different here and run, because I want to run a wheel setup that looks good, but also looks kind of different. I don't really see too many Mustangs with this type of wheel, but then again, you know, I'm sure there's going to be that one guy that's seen a million Mustangs with this particular wheel style, but, I mean, that's just kind of like, that's kind of a given, you know, like, it is what it is, and there's going to be, you know, there's going to be somebody that's going to say that they've seen that one wheel on every Mustang they've ever seen, so it's just one of those things. Now, let's make sure, okay, wheel size, we can't adjust offset right now, so we're going to do race brakes, drift suspension, so everything is nice and sorted out for sliding, and we'll get all our sway bar stuff on. Not going to do a cage in this car, and I'm curious what the weight ends up being. About 2950. It's pretty good. After the race weight reduction, that's pretty good, pretty decent. So let's get everything built in the engine. I'm assuming we're going to be around 900-ish, because I know with a fully built engine with twin turbos, these things can go a little over 1100, I'm pretty sure. So I think 900-ish would be a good ballpark. So yeah, we're at 816 right now. That's 860. And then we finish with a final number of 869 and 730. So not quite as much power as I thought we were going to get out of the supercharger, but it's definitely not going to be some sort of slouch. It's not going to be slow. It's just a little bit on the lower end of power than I thought we were going to get based off of what you can do with this thing with twin turbos. So let's see. Oh my God, this is going to need at least like a 373. And I believe you can option them with a 373 anyway, so it's not like we're making some massive like deviation from factory. So let's see, a little bit of toe out for drift car purposes, and we'll soften the front a little bit, and we'll take the rear and we'll stiffen the sway bar a lot, like a lot. Soften the front springs a tad, as well as stiffening the rear a little bit. Nowhere near as much as the sway bar, but yeah, nothing too crazy. And then let's do 80 on D-cell and 100 on X-cell. And that should be a pretty solid setup for this car. I want to get well, part of me says get a different color on it. Part of me really wants to drive it, and so part of me just says go drive. Part of me is like, just take it and drive it right now. But I think we've got to do at least a little bit of a paint color change, just because I don't like to keep it like perfectly factory. Something really different we could do. Two-tone polished. So let's start with the base. And let's see. Make it, ooh, oh God. That's very different. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's very different. It could almost be, oh, it could almost be like a blue on blue, but it's just kind of like, it's got like a shine to it. Oh, that looks really cool. It's like it's like dark blue on top of a light blue. I like that a lot. That works. That just kind of works for me. Like, I like it. Would a carbon hood look good? I don't I don't think so. I think it breaks up the look of the car. Although, I do think carbon mirrors would look great. And then wheel-wise, we could keep them like they are factory, or we could go with a full, like, carbon look on the wheels. I'm going to go with a full carbon look on the wheels. And that, I know it's very simple, but it's simple and I think it looks good. I think it rounds out the car pretty well, and I really just want to go drive it. I don't want to spend a ton of time in the paint shop. I just want to go drive it because it seems like it's got a really good setup on it. Like, if I was to look at the car and look at the specs, look at the setup, I would say, yeah, that would be a pretty good drift setup, or at least it looks like it would be a pretty good drift setup. So let's take it out, see what it does, and, well, frankly, see what it can do, and see what we have kind of, waiting for us in terms of what this thing is capable of. Fourth is still spinning. Fifth is still spinning. Oh, my God. Oh, it works. Oh, my God, it works. What? That was a really weird invisible wall deal. I mean, like, I know it said we slammed into the wall, but we weren't actually that close to it. That's weird. All right, first test. Here we go. Handbrake. Oh, God. Oh, my God. That works. Wow, does that work. Holy crap. For a first run, that's awesome. You have arrived at your destination. Like, for a first run, that is really, really good. Oh my God. That's so good. Easy. Easy. Oh God. Thank you for ghosting the traffic. I really appreciate it. I am not at all caring about the speed zone. I'm just caring about my drift points at this point. Up. This thing's like, it's super, like, I don't want to say soft, but at the same time, like, I want to say soft, but not in a bad way. Like, I want to say that the setup is, it's definitely, like, on the softer side in terms of setup, but when I say it's on the softer side, I mean it's on the softer side as in it's easy to drive. It's easy to drive, and it's, like, it's very, very simple. Like, I get the fact that, you know, yes, it is snowing out, and yes, you know, the roads are a little slicker, but I could see this car being great in the summer, too. Like, I don't think this is going to be some, like, you know, one season only car. I think it's going to be great all year round. Sixth is pretty long, but even out here, you know, probably because of the surface with the snow, it's still able to maintain a slide in sixth. It's a little hard for it to, not gonna lie, but you do have to kind of like, you do have to stay on top of it. Easy. Easy. There we go. Ease it back and forth. Oh, God. Oh! Little bit of a, okay, there we go. Now, back down the hill, we're going to take our normal route because I want to see how this thing does, not just in technical stuff, because we've already done technical stuff, but I want to see how it does on high speed. And it's already looking like its high-speed performance is going to be really, really good. We just have to get it. Wow, that was a lot more effective of an e-brake pull than I thought it was going to be. Effective as in, like, not effective as in pretty, but effective as in hauling the car down a lot quicker than I wanted it to. There we go. Oh! Easy. I could go for so much more angle. I know I could. Give it a little bit more of a slide, a little bit more. You know, to be honest, I think this thing does really well. Like, I think it's really, really easy to drive. Like, that's the biggest thing that keeps coming back. It's like, it's so freaking easy to drive. Like, look at this. I'm pretty much, like, I could do this with, well, if it didn't take two hands to do, I could do it with one hand. And you can see just, like, it's so willing and eager to go sideways, but it's also not, like, it's also not one of those cars that once it goes, it's like super sketchy and all over the place. Like once it goes, it just sets, you know, it just sets and then it just stays there until you adjust it. It really does exactly what you think it should do, what you think it's supposed to do. And that's just about the best thing you can say about a drift car, about a grip car, about any car. It is that it does not only what you want it to do, but what you think it's going to do. And this car does exactly what you think it's going to do all the time. All the time. Very easy, too. God, it just works so well. It works so freaking well. And you can be really aggressive with it, too, like with angle and everything, and it won't punish you. It won't say, oh, that's a little bit too much. I mean, now, if you get, like, really crazy, then, yeah, it will let you know. But it's not one of those cars that's going to go, oh, you went, like, an inch past the limit. Oh, you're done. No, it'll tell you where the limit is, and then once you get there, it'll just kind of start giving you little hints. It'll be like, hey, bro, you know you're at the limit, right? You know you're at the limit, right? I'm going to tell you that before something else ends up happening. Oh, God. Okay, that was sketchy. If I had gotten back in the throttle, I probably would have hit one of those trees. So I'd rather not do that. There it is. That works. Up here at this fork, we're going to go ahead and turn around. A little bit of a burnout in the other direction, and we can head back down the hill. Oh, God. Okay, I was about to say, please restart my combo. Do not bank it yet. I was like, no, if you bank it now, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be sad. I think the 373 gears really work for the car. I don't really find myself needing to adjust any of the individual gears. I mean, at least, you know, I haven't spent too much time with the car yet. I've only spent a little bit of time with it, but really and truly, I don't think it needs that much more adjustment in terms of gearing. I think it's actually in a really good place in terms of gearing. Because, I mean, right now, we're going along in 6th, just sliding easily. All we have to do is stay in the throttle, and it'll just, you know, ever so slightly move the back end around, and then ever so slightly move the back end around the other way. And you can stay just absolutely 100% in the throttle, and it's still, oh, God, it's going to bank. Oh, God, it's going to bank.
Arrived at your destination.
I'm so glad I didn't bank on that one. I am so glad. Easy. Like, it's so good. It's honestly like this car with maybe half the power, or hell, even 3/4 of the power, would be a really good, like, beginner learning drift car. I mean, it would be such a good car to learn on because it's so, like, all the limits are so soft. You almost feel like you could do it with your eyes closed. You genuinely almost feel like you could drift this car with your eyes closed. And I think that's just because the setup just feels good. Hello. Oh, God, that was close. I think that was about kind of where it would want you to be max, you know, with angle, but God, you can even, like, you just handbrake, kick the clutch in 6th, and it keeps going. And it'll keep gaining speed, too. That's the cool thing, is that it'll keep gaining speed, and it won't really do that weird thing where it falls off. Because a lot of cars will do that. Like, they'll fall off. Even if you set up properly, they can still do that fall-off thing. This car it's got the right balance of tire, gearing, and power to where even if you are at the lower RPMs in 6th, you can still ease back into the power and the rear tires will spin back up. Now, I want to try it on a dry asphalt surface and not in the snow. I mean, I've tried it on some dry asphalt surfaces, but again, those surfaces are still very, very, very cold. So that could be a contributing factor to how the car is, performing, especially with its grip levels. So I want to try it in a different season just to see how it really would pan out. But God, I think it really, really works, and it works so well. Like, I haven't let off the throttle in a long time. I just occasionally give it a dab of brakes. and, like, just steering inputs, and the very occasional clutch kick. Very, very occasional clutch kick, because, man, it just does what you want it to do. It genuinely just does what you want it to do. And spin it back around. Time to head back the other way. Because I know for a fact that this could be, like, if we really wanted this thing to be, this could be my highest scoring car ever. I could break my record with this car. I really want to break my record with this car. I think it could. Just got to keep an eye out for traffic. God, the angle that it'll pull and the angle that it'll sustain is just nuts. Just absolutely nuts. I got to get out of the snow, though, like the little snow drift on the side of the road. A little bit of a transition back and forth, heading into this, this right, I almost said right-hander, left-hander, really fast. Oh, God. Okay, hopefully that'll count as a drift tap, but even if it doesn't, I am totally okay with that. Totally okay with that, because you know what? You know what? Even if it didn't count as a drift tap, we didn't lose our score. So, that in and of itself is totally okay. There's our ultimate. I was wondering when that ultimate was going to happen. I was like, bruh, give me my ultimate. Oh, God. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I know I can maintain 6th through here, and I'm going to try. That was close. That was really close. Well, maybe not as close as I thought it was, but still close. It felt close, okay? I do love drifting around in the snow, though, because you can get this massive, like, this massive rhythm going. Partially because the ground is so slick, but even with the ground being that slick, it's honestly okay. Ooh, there was a little bit of a hiccup there. Oh, God. Oh, my God, was that close. No, 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 no. Oh! Okay, this almost came to an abrupt end multiple times in the past 10 seconds. Wow. Oh, my God, that was close. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Little bit of a... Oh. Sorry if I'm having trouble putting my words together. I'm just trying to focus. Oh, oh God. Oh, God. Okay, that was bad. That was terminal angle. That was 100% terminal angle. Oh, please don't bank. I mean, if it does, that's fine because...
It is safe to do so.
If it does, that's fine because I get it, you know? But, like, still... God, that was the only time during this whole video that I really massively messed up. Well, now we know that if we bank it now, it's going to be past 1 million. So, I think we should just get to the top of the hill. Get to the top of the hill safely. And call it there. Easy does it. No shenanigans. No shenanigans. Seriously. Shenanigans now will, like... Dude, oh my God. Shenanigans now would be, like, absolutely terrible. There we go. We're almost there. We are almost there, people. I'm gonna take out the sign. Yes. And there we are. There we are. I don't know if that's gonna be my best or not, like my best combo or not, but let's see. 1,107,500, and not too bad. 8, 9, 10. Yep. There it is. Well, I'll tell you something. This thing's a blast. It's so much fun, and the Supercharger really lends itself well to the setup. So if you guys enjoyed this build, enjoyed this drift run, don't forget to leave me a like. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe for more. Talk to y'all later.